What's going on, people? So we are going live today here in the shop. Haven't done this in a long time, but I thought it'd be a nice opportunity to connect with people that have questions coming in. So when you do write a question, I got a friend here, Joe, that's going to help me out. I will read that out and then answer it as we go along. We got a list of things to talk about that I thought would be a bit of fun, just kind of where things are at right now, where it's going, what I'm working on, maybe hinting at some cool secret stuff that may or may not happen. You know how the deal if you watch this channel. It's always shooting for something big, and sometimes somebody throws a wrench in my gears or a stick in my bicycle spokes, which is really annoying. Then I go on a great rant session with some people like and some people don't. So today, here's some stuff we're going to be talking about. I want to go over the new cars that have come on for the channel that are some personal cars of my own. Maybe we can talk about some of the stuff relating to Genius Garage's cars. Also, cheating in racing. Ooh, is Casey going to make somebody mad? Probably not, actually. I was going to talk about it relating to kart racing because it's always interesting to think about that sort of thing. And I've been talking about a lot of interesting people in racing, some great stories of cheating in the past and interesting things. So that was a lot of fun. Also, coming up soon, you may have noticed, and if you're on my Instagram today, I put a really awesome short video where I had a 360 camera on the end of a stock behind my cart, my top cart racing cart LL206. And the 360 camera edits out the stock that holds it, so it looks like a magic drone just following it around. It looks like a crazy video game. So I hope you guys check that out. But I will have that on an upcoming video, hopefully this week if I'm not too busy to edit it, because it's going to take a long time to edit. All 360 camera action, racing go-karts, really cool. And I'm doing that because twofold. One, I want to do the video the same way with the 360 camera at the Clyde Grand Prix. Now, for all those of you who don't know what the heck that is, there's a little town in Ohio, North Ohio, called Clyde. And they have a fair. It's going to be next weekend. Just good old-fashioned Midwestern American fair. And they shut down the city streets and have like thousands of straw bales and race carts there. So it's limited to 20 carts per class. And I'm in for the L206 class. Which is actually funny because I'm old enough that I would count for the master's class, which is a nice way of saying you're old. Ha! Except I'm crazy and want to race with the younger people. So you're going down, punks. Age and treachery is what they say. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. It'll be fun. But I'm getting ready for that. And I want to do the 360 camera in it because I think it'll just be awesome to see the town, the crowd, zooming by the houses, hay bales. And it's probably going to be a crap show. And I don't mean crap, but I don't want to say it in a live session. So it should be really neat. It'll be good with the camera. Also, I was getting my cart ready. Didn't get to run that as much as I wanted to this summer. Ran one race in Fremont Raceway Park. Did another one actually yesterday that was a lot of fun and kind of crazy with the camera. So that's what's going on. As a note, I see you guys saying, what's up, Casey? Hey, Doug. Somebody's saying to Doug McLaren. Just everybody is saying, how's it going, brother? You guys, it's going really good. I appreciate it. As a note, if you do buy merchandise from my channel, I've got it set up so all the money or all the profit that goes from any merchandise sold on my channel, which is the t-shirts and stuff, goes straight to Genius Garage for the students, keeping the lights on, doing projects for them, travel. So it goes to Genius Garage. So if you have any questions, shoot them that way. If you do a super chat type of thing, you can buy that. That definitely pops up, and I will definitely be taking the time to answer it because it also goes to Genius Garage. So I really appreciate that there. So it's an opportunity. Going beyond, we're going to talk about some builds that I'll be doing more here shortly. Something I'm kind of dreaming of for the future or what's going on. So a couple of things. One, the F1 hot rod. Just going to grab the computer here. Hopefully I don't screw up the connection. I'll show you guys something before the video comes out. Yes. Okay. So here is the Lamborghini Gallardo, which is, as you know, every automotive YouTuber's basic bitch starter pack. Yes. Except it's manual transmission and I'm not a basic B. So here is, although it's arguable because sometimes I do go to Starbucks, F1 hot rods on the ground. How sweet is that, you guys? It looks awesome. It's going to be awesome. And that thing just looks like a missile, doesn't it? How cool is that? Yes. And of course, right here is the Lotus Esprit. I'm very excited about the best James Bond car ever. Somebody tried to break into it and it exploded. That was really sad and kind of lame there. This poor Joe's walking around. He has no idea what to do with himself. He's new. He's nervous. He's never been on YouTube. But he's being helpful. So if you have any questions, Joe will see them and we'll go from there. But anyway, guys, continuing on. So the F1 hot rod is going well. I'm full-time on that. I really need to get that done for the gentleman I'm doing it for. But it's going really well. It's throwing some engineering challenges at me that I didn't foresee, as does any very complex project like that. But all the main stuff is awesome. So it's going to be a really good car. Really going to have that done in a couple of weeks here. So it's going to be good content. I think you guys will enjoy it. And frankly, I'm excited to be able to then focus my time and bandwidth on other projects and big stuff going on. Joe, you see any great questions I need to answer there yet? It's your job, dude. Help me out.
Not yet.
Okay, that's
cool.
cool.
Yes.
There's a good one, huh?
How you doing with your 80s, 90s cars?
That's an okay question. That's not a great question, but I'll answer it. Somebody says, hey, Casey. Dude, that's not actually a question. He just says you're doing great with your 80s, 90s cars. Joe's new. He doesn't know the difference between a question and not a question. Usually when it's a question, your voice goes up at the end.
Yeah.
Like I'm just annoying and being pedantic and patronizing jerk, right? Okay, moving on. So big one, the Jabberwock. Yes, the Nissan GTP-bodied crazy tube frame concoction with a Viper V10 mated with a twin disc clutch to a 6-speed Porsche twin turbo transaxle. Took it out of the Porsche or the big Volkswagen Beetle, and we're going to put it in a proper car, something with a big pushrod American engine, tube frame, and pointy, the way it should be, not shaped like a Volkswagen Beetle. Okay, anyway, I digress. I always love dogging on 911s. Anyway, it's coming back this week. I'm picking up the chassis. Now, as a note for all you guys, the gentleman who was doing it, his young son had a heart transplant this year, so really been pulling for them. That's a big reason why it's taken as long. Now, the chassis that will be coming back will be a very basic chassis, okay? We've got the suspension points there and what we're going to do, the basic structure, the basic layout, everything like that. So, but there's a heck of a lot of work that needs to be done. All the triangulation, all the floors, all the everything, mounting the suspension, all the little detail work, steering rack, all that. So this is a very basic, rough initial chassis. So a lot of cool work will happen on that here. You got something coming in. Is it a good question? You got it. You got to throw it. You can't wait. You got to keep it coming. Keep it coming. People are going to freak out. Are you guys freaking out? You're freaking out, aren't you? You can't handle waiting. Joe, throw the question at me. These people are going to freak out.
Okay. Has there been a car that you used to dislike that you grew to like as you got older?
Oh, has there been a car that I used to dislike, which I grew to like as I got older? I don't know. I don't think so. I think if the car sucks when you're a kid, it sucks when you're an adult too. I don't think so, guys. Actually, I sort of warmed up to muscle cars a little bit. I used to hate muscle cars when I was a kid because it was basically people just power braking and thinking they were cool, even though it took zero talent to do that. And muscle cars aren't actually remotely as fast as people think they are because they weigh about 1,000,000 pounds and don't hook up. And they just make a lot of noise and people think they're cool, even though they can't stop or turn. So yeah, I grew to like muscle cars more and I didn't like them as a child. That would be it. Okay, so anyway, guys, the King Zero, that build, I know a lot of you love that build and I appreciate you following along. As you all know, I got burned out. Mind, body, soul. Don't try to push me. I will hold your head underwater till the bubbles stop. That's how burned out I was. Okay. So I will be getting going on that again when the F1 build is done, kind of clearing some things out, making room. That'll be coming back in. I'm hoping to make it so that over the course of this fall and winter, I can have the King Zero and the Jabberwock kind of next to each other. So I can be doing work on both, a little more focused on the King Zero, but doing some big stuff along the way with the Jabberwock. And then that way you guys can see the difference between two totally different styles of building cars. I think that'll be fun and interesting journey along with the course of this. Also, Lycan Hypersport. What do you got, dude? You got any good ones? You gotta hit me. He's new. You gotta hit me.
You already updated about the Lycan.
Somebody updated what?
About the Lycan.
What about the Lycan? They want a new one?
They want to update about it.
That's what I was going to do.
Yeah.
We're not good at this yet.
We're not good at this.
We're not good at this. Okay. The Lycan. So it is at the body shop. Advanced Collision Incorporated down in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Very nice people there. Kurt, the guy who owns it, also has like a Porsche Carrera Cup team. Runs some really good cars there and all. They've been doing a great job, but to be straight, the nature of the time we live in has made it difficult to have the manpower to be doing the the Lycan as well. So it's stretched that project out. I think they're doing a great job. I talked to them recently on it. Actually, Ed Bolian from Venwick visited too. So I've been updating, seeing what's going on with that. It's really close, you guys. So that will be being painted soon. It may be a color that surprises you. But I want to get that back really soon so we can finish up with Gina's Garage this year. So that's really my goal. And there is a good chance, although I'm waiting to hear back from W Motors. I haven't heard back from them in like a number of weeks. They kind of vanished. I'm hoping to be going to Dubai in November, actually, because I get to drive the real Lycan and the real Fenrir. And the CEO told me as fast as I want. Yes. Okay. Anyway. All right. So RK Stewart here has got a question. Actually, it's not a question. He just had something nice to say. He says, pace yourself. These kids and the community appreciate your work and the message that goes with it. Well, sir, thank you very much. I appreciate you saying that. Doesn't feel like I can pace myself. YouTube is a brutal world. And the other thing is, you guys, and just straight up honesty, you know, life has been tough. Doing the Genius Garage program before I had anything going on with YouTube was horrific, because when I created the concept, I knew it mattered to industry. I knew it would bolster education, and I knew it would make a difference for young people. But I was naive because I thought that the vintage racing world, the Concours world, and the high-end car community would be more philanthropic. And I'm going to cut to the chase. What I learned is that any philanthropy or nonprofits that those groups of people do are just BS tax shelters. I'm being straight. Or if they have any interest in young people learning how to work on cars, it's just so they can get cheap labor to work on the stupid $1 million Concours cars. Not even kidding. I've been at the dinners. I've heard them talk. I don't like it. So YouTube has been really great to not only give myself an opportunity for a platform and launch a career, but with you all watching and being important, supporting Genius Garage has made that be able to exist. So it's not only just weighing upon my own shoulders, because it takes more. It takes a community to do that. And if me saying that right now ruffles a bunch of people's feathers in the world of the Concours, vintage racing, and high-end car community, good. You should have your feathers ruffled. Okay. Oh, Jason Berry. I know him.
What's
actually.
Your ultimate road car?
What?
What's your ultimate road car?
Well, this guy says I should fire the new guy.
Oh.
He says,
Thanks.
keep up the good work, buddy.
This is my first day, man.
It's his first day, okay? He just sent in a cover letter. He wants to be part of Genius Garage. He's giving you crap.
Yeah.
It's okay. I know him. It's okay.
Trash talk.
All right. He's trash talking. You can trash talk back. You want trash talk back?
I don't want to trash talk.
Oh, somebody has a question here I'm going to ask. Casey, how's Genius Garage financed? Do you have organizations you have a relationship with that donates and keeps it funded? Yeah, not really. That would be nice. The organizations I have that help keep it funded are people that are nice out there. When I first started, and before I had a voice on YouTube, it was myself, time and money, and my granddad loaned some money, and a couple clients of mine. And you know, a guy that met me with what I was doing, I sold a car to, ended up having a foundation and just heard what I was doing and believed in it and donated some money. So it's been that. And Genius Garage has existed because I've never gotten paid from it. Think about that. That's the reason why I got a Lifetime Achievement Award from the president, because I have that many hours I didn't get paid for. So you can imagine over the last 8 years before YouTube, how hard it was for me to make a living when I was doing that effectively full time. So it just comes down to I really know how to stretch a dollar and do something with nothing. This isn't like the government or a university, okay? I know how to be efficient.
Question.
Yo, good question. I got a good question.
Ultimate road car.
Ultimate road car. Somebody says, go Casey, from Mordecai Zipkoff. What's up? Somebody wants to know my ultimate road car.
Yep, right here.
Hope you're doing, question, your ultimate road car. Any chance you can contact Chaparral for advice on a fan system? Actually, interesting you said that about Chaparral. Chaparral doesn't really exist anymore. It's basically just Jim Hall. And he is an older gentleman that lives down in Texas and likes to play golf. However, at the end of this month, which is September, beginning of October, at the M1 Concours in Pontiac, Michigan, there's something called the Speed Festival. And Jim Hall will be bringing Chaparrals and running them on the track. And Genius Garage will be bringing their race car and running on the track. So really cool. I may get to see the Chaparral 2J. Who knows? Maybe even the new guy will. And maybe we'll learn something. But basically, the better you seal the skirt to the ground and the more you suck, the better it'll be. And that sounds so vaguely like it's gonna get me. I'm gonna have to register with my neighbors or something now if I move. Yeah, that's what just happened. That's just what happened. It's a car, people. We're talking about a race car. Can I cancel myself? Okay, this gentleman here, Brent Pizzo, says, I would love to see your group run a car for Pikes Peak one year. The electric car would be interesting to run in an open or experimental class. Keep up the great work. Much love from Daytona Beach. Well, Brent, I appreciate that. I've thought about that from time to time. A couple things about Pikes Peak and electric cars. So a friend of mine, young man, kind of helped out with Mentor a little bit, worked with airplanes and stuff. He's actually out at the Air Force Academy now doing some really cool stuff. And there was some talk about Air Force Academy, which, by the way, I think is a really cool place to learn. They've got a whole shop for cars and working on cars. and empowering their cadets to do stuff there. Performance aid programs, race cars and stuff, and doing stuff with Pikes Peak. So it would be cool if we got to go out there, maybe do something in conjunction with the Air Force Academy or just be out there with them. That would be neat. With regard to electric cars, yeah, I'm all about it. I can't say... God, I don't know if I can say almost anything about this next year. Okay, long story short, it's possible that I will be building some kind of car with an electric drivetrain from one of the largest car manufacturers in the world next year. And it will probably be a crazy car, because if I'm building, I'm going to do what I want. Yes. But then again, the car manufacturer might watch this video when I was talking about sucking more with skirts that have to seal the ground and think that they should cancel me, and they're not going to do it. It's a race car, people. Calm down.
And question from way earlier, what do you think about the future of combustion engines?
The future combustion engines?
And electrification, that sort of stuff.
I think internal combustion engines are here to stay for a long time. If you know the logistics of transporting fuels around the world and storing them, because you can't store electricity in big quantities, you got to manufacture it as per demand. You can also make fuel out of different things. And I think electric cars are great, but I think making batteries is really rough on the environment. So neither one are a solution. Horses are good, you know. And let's not talk too much about the entire world of too big picture stuff right now, because I don't feel real good about the state of affairs of what's going on a global level. I think we have more things to worry about rather than electric cars at the moment. Just saying, it's not good, not good. Moving on to something more fun. Okay, you look and see if there's some great questions, new guy. Yes, and I am going to go on to the list. Or did I go over everything? The 356. Do you guys remember there was a Porsche 356 with a fiberglass body on it? It was all raced out in the 80s. Hold on. Some F-16s flying over. Sounds like two of them. Anyway, the 356 a guy sent me. Where are you going, new guy? Oh, you want to see the? I want to see the plane. Go outside then. The fighter jet. You better. They're not slow. They're probably gone by now. Yeah, you missed them. Get back to work, new guy. All right. Should we call him FNG?
I don't even know what that means.
You don't know what? It's an acronym.
It's an acronym.
There's N and G.
Yeah.
Which probably stand for new guy.
Yeah.
And then,
new guy.
You can't say that live.
Oh, I said.
You're supposed to imply it. That's why it's shh. New guys. That's why they're FNGs. Okay. Anyway, the 356 a guy sent me. When the F1 build is done and the other things are in order, I'll be doing a whole custom, really cool body with that. Kind of thinking of an Art Deco streamliner, German sort of affair. So I think that'll be really, really cool. But that's going to be a little bit. But fortunately, the gentleman is in no hurry, but knows that. So if he's watching this, I look forward to it. Probably ought to connect. Somebody also asked, Casey, what is your opinion on the Tag Heuer Monaco? That is a square watch of Steve McQueen fame from the movie Le Mans. My opinion is it's iconic and cool, but it's also big and blocky. And the crystal pokes out in a way that you could hit it on stuff. So it's a fashion icon of the early 70s, kind of the mod scene in Europe, and I dig it for that. But it's not a watch that I think would be very good for working on cars with, or wearing under a race suit, or when you're going car racing or something. Because it's a big clunky watch. I went kart racing yesterday, and I wore my cheap Swiss Army watch from when I was 12 years old. I was kind of being nostalgic, and I didn't think I was going to hurt. It's lightweight. Anyway, yes. So beyond that, somebody said about 944 Fest here. What was it? I missed it. How was 944 Fest? I was unable to make it. I never got to go to 944 Fest. I could have been, but I saw that it was Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And I'm like, okay, well, Sunday I can take off and go. And then I learned on Friday night that there were no events scheduled for Sunday at all. Nothing on the roster. Everything was Friday and Saturday. And I wrote on the message board, I'm like, you guys, is anything even happening on Sunday, or are people all just going to punch out and leave on Saturday night and Sunday morning? And it was pretty much that. So I didn't actually go. Aaron was going to go. He's one of the students with the black 944 he was going to drive. I was going to drive my white one. And I asked him, I'm like, dude, you want to go on Saturday evening and at least hang out when there's people there? And he couldn't. F-16s. Go, run outside, go. You know, F-16s are cool. Okay, so anyway, we got one here. Life's Abishi. Yeah, that's good. This person writes, been watching a long time, and I'm glad to support. Hello from the TikTok universe. TikTok universe, huh? Okay. in your universe, is it mostly made up of 70% wiggling girls and like 20% people doing dumb things and running into it and 10% cats? I'm pretty sure that's all TikTok is, but of course I'm 40, so that's probably the problem. Also says, love the content and hope to see more. Want to see you all LS something. LS engine's cool. I don't have an LS swap on the docket yet. I could be I don't really want to do one to a 944, but yeah, I'll do that sometime. But before then, I'm going to put the Viper engine in the Jabberwock, which is kind of like an LS, but with 10 cylinders. Okay. Oh, someone was frustrated. Oh, you said he was frustrated with this year's 944 Fest. They really kind of messed it up, although the whole COVID stuff messed stuff up. Okay, well, hopefully it's better next year, and I look forward to go. Okay, so I mentioned you guys, Genius Garage is going to the M1 Concours for the Speed Festival at the end of this month. It's the end of September, beginning of October. Look it up. Go on the Facebook page, Speed Festival. Jim Hall's going to be there with the chaparrals. It's going to be a bunch of high-end people from the past of racing. They're all famous and stuff, and they're going to bring all their famous and stuff race cars out. So it's going to be a super cool fest, but I also think it's going to be relatively chill. So it's a good opportunity to get up close, maybe meet some neat people and see some cars, and I will be there. So I don't know. I snuck in. I don't know. It's just a joke. Those people don't know what to do with younger YouTuber sorts. They're like, I don't understand. I'm like, well, you should probably figure it out. Okay. Oh, I guess the last thing on my list is what's Casey doing secret? Casey, well, I'll get to that in just a second. But something else I forgot was a couple of months ago, you all may have remembered, I asked for questions for an Ask Me Anything or an AMA. And I didn't do it in July, which is a long time ago. The reason being is I thought I was going to be all cool and have a bunch of time in July. That was also my birthday month. And I was like, yes, I'm going to make time and have fun and live a little and relax. Yeah, that did not happen at all. And the truth about doing an Ask Me Anything video, it actually takes a lot of time to produce and to go through all the questions, sort them out, write them down intelligently, copy paste, get them all out. And then sit down, answer them all, and edit it. It actually takes a lot of time. So I'm sorry about that. I will do it in the future when things calm down a little bit, and maybe a little later in the year, actually, when some of the Genius Garage students leave. But I will do it, and thank you for your patience. Just want to throw that out there. So I mentioned to you guys some things in the past, and I'm trying to think, what was it I said? I said I was doing something really cool, and I wish I could tell you what it was. And it is really cool, and I wish I could tell you what it was. Ha! Sorry, that's not helpful at all. I know it's not. Yeah, some neat things are going on. I've been kind of happy to meet some worthwhile, real people that aren't total shyster, shady people, that have talent. They want to do something together. So that's really exciting. It's obviously car related, of cars that go fast that I think you guys will like. And I really just can't tell you much more. But I've been getting out my cart more recently. For a reason. I want to keep my edge a little sharper. So maybe that'll give you a hint. So hopefully good things happen, and the universe smiles upon me a little bit here this year. So we can do some really neat things together. So that's what's going on. Somebody said something mean. Okay, but it got deleted, I guess. Okay, Neil Beckstein here writes, new guy will get plenty of chances to see fighter jets. Actually, that's quite possibly true. New guy, you hear that?
Yeah.
There may be plenty of opportunities to see fighter jets.
Yeah.
Do you know 2 weeks ago, I can't tell you guys anything. I'm not gonna, so don't ask. But I got to see some F-35s up close. Yeah, that's all I know. I forgot everything else. Sorry. Okay. Let's see, what else? Will you think of buying a Lotus 211 and swapping a K? No, I don't like the car. Sorry, I just think it's weird. This person, any plans to swap the Gallardo's tail out for a Gen 2 tail to match the Gen 2 nose? Actually, not really. I don't really like the Gen 2 tail in the Gallardo, Gigliardo, whatever it is, that much. Kind of like the Gen 1 more. Yeah, I think the tail lights are kind of meh. But I don't really like the Gen 2. I think it's kind of ordinary looking. So I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I think it'll look cool. I've been waiting forever to get my wheels back from powder coating, the OZs that are getting fixed up. I want to strangle the guy with the powder coating business because he's like, yeah, I'll have it done late this week, early next week. Can't even get a hold of him. And he just keeps dodging and says it's going to be done. It's not going to be done. Says it's going to be done. It's not going to be done. I'm like, dude, you got to knock it off. So I'm basically just going to be at his doorstep tomorrow at 5 o'clock. And I don't know what I'm going to do. He's got my wheels and he's being a total pain in the ass. I want to punch him in the nose. It's not helpful. They're wheels. You strip them and you powder coat them and you bake them, dude. It's not, you're not building a car. God. Have you guys noticed it's really hard for people to get things done this year? Myself included. It's been very hard to get things done. But it's just driving me bonkers when there's simple things out there for someone to do and they can't even do it. I don't know what's going on. If it's a sign of times of the world, or if it's just that I'm trying to do that weird niche, marginal kind of car building stuff. Okay, so what else we got going on here, guys?
Would you consider another motorcycle build?
Would you consider another motorcycle build? He'd really love to see one. Yeah, I would. Honestly, I never finished my Ducati. I mean, I finished it, but I never wired it and tuned the carbs and stuff and like started it and wrote it. It's just been beautiful, and it's sitting in my foyer at my house with my wife. She doesn't mind. It actually looks pretty good there. We need to see something to put something in there. So I'd probably finish that. And I was toying around with doing a BMW R18 build, but the dealership up in Michigan's got them. They were into it, and then they sort of flaked out, never got back to me and whatnot. It was kind of weird. So I don't know. We'll see in the future. But, you know, with the Jabberwock build and some of the big car stuff, I'm really excited about. And the Dune buggy here, since I still got it, it hasn't sold. I just put it on Facebook Marketplace, and people just keep wanting to trade me junk for it. It's driving me nuts. I'd like to do a rudimentary body, but kind of nice looking, and make it look like a 1980s, rail control car, like the Tamiya Grasshopper or the Team Associated RC10. That would be cool. Something like that. So I was thinking okay, so Doug McLaren writes, Clyde Grand Prix details, day and time. Doug, it's next Sunday. It's this coming Sunday. I don't know what day that is. That's the 19th, Sunday the 19th, downtown Clyde, Ohio. Be there or be square. Square can't be that bad.
Question of Peter. I know you hate the controversial YouTube clickbait swaps, but is there any type of swaps that you would like to see?
He says, this person writes, I know you hate the conventional YouTube clickbait swaps, meaning engine swaps, but is there any types of swaps you'd like to see? I assume you mean that I would consider doing or seeing somebody else do. I mean, I did the turbine-powered Batmobile years ago. That was really cool. I used the drone anti-submarine helicopter engine. It was turbo shaft. So it internally directs the thrust on turbines with planetary gears that create a torquey, lower RPM output shaft, which I connected to a manually shifted automatic transmission, which drove the rear wheels of the Batmobile. That was really cool. I consider that was my kookiest engine swap. And obviously, I'm building a Jabberwock, which is a tube-frame car, putting a Viper V10 mid-engine with a Porsche. So that's kind of wild. And with the King Zero, I took the engine out of an early 90s big luxury BMW. It's a V12, the M70, if I recall, and made that to a Boxer transaxle. So those are all kind of engine swaps, even though I'm sort of building the whole car around the engine. So that's kind of my jam. The YouTubers out there, as a note, look, I love all the YouTubers because I know there's going to be one guy. It's like, Casey's saying something that's kind of critical about people. That means he hates them. Seriously, what is with people? Okay, but anyway, engine swaps, the trouble with that is you lose money on them. You're not necessarily making your vehicle worth more money. And if you build an engine for a lot of power, if you're not doing it for a reason of utility or to where there will be a return on investment, you're just throwing money at something for the sake of doing it. And there's an infinite way I can throw money at things for the sake of doing it. I can't afford to do that because I am a real person and need to live and make things happen. So when I put an engine in something, it's the best one for a myriad of reasons into what the whole will be. So, building like 1,000+ horsepower cars is largely pointless. It just is. If I'm going to build something with, 1,000 or thousands of horsepower, it's because I'm going to Bonneville. That's like the only reason. Unless you're building some sort of giant ship or something, or tractor pull. Yeah, but that's something I've seen. So that's kind of that, you guys. But as far as the swap, I mean, Genius Garages, you guys can see the Indy car here, the Champ car, up on the table now. The King Zero's down, and there's nothing where the engine goes because we're putting a K-Series in there. So those are all swaps and cool engineering, but the best engine for what we're doing. So that's just my more than 2 cents on all that. Someone swapped a V12 into a Miata and twin turboed it. Yeah, I saw that. That's cool, but not something I would ever do because that's a lot of weight in the front of a Miata that was never designed to it. It's probably going to handle like garbage, and a Miata is better with a 4-cylinder in it. Miata would be much better with a K series in it. No joke. Or keep the Miata engine in it and just build that. That's cool if you like Miatas, but it's not something I would do. Just saying. I mean, I dig it. It's just not something I would do, guys. I'm being honest. If you don't like it, I can't help you. It's honesty. Isn't that nice? All right, what else we got here? Highway racing is common use, but not very legitimate. No, it's also potentially illegal unless it's doing giant open road stuff. And I'm not into doing illegal stuff. Okay, what
Casey,
what new guy?
Do you have any rally projects on the cards?
Rally projects. Ooh, I like it. Actually, that would be fun. I have seen there's rally cross is kind of a new thing. It's like autocross, but off-road. The dune buggy would be fun to take. I think that they would let me take that in some stuff and classes, but oof, I haven't had any drink. I've been working hard. It's pretty hot in here, you guys. The Genius Garage Black Porsche 944 might be a good car for rallycross. I had given my KW coilovers to Genius Garage for it, so we could, raise it up a little bit, do some different tires, some mud flaps, and run it there. And students could have a whole lot of fun with that. So that might be a fun thing to do. But if I was going to do a rally car personally, I would build a Lancia Stratos replica and just say yes. Okay, what else you got?
All right, where's the Jabberwock?
Where's the Jabberwock car? You came in late, dude. It's coming this week. It's coming back. Yes. And then I'll have to build it. So it's coming. Be patient. Okay. Lancia, somebody writes.
Now people are just excited.
They're all excited. They don't have any questions. They're all aflutter. All right. So that's largely what's going on. Ooh, cheating and new cars I got. Yes. So got the Alfa Romeo GT V6 and the Lotus Esprit Turbo. The Alfa, it was something a couple years ago. I've always liked Alfa Romeo GT V6s. I don't know why. It's a very acquired taste. They're very funky and weird in every way, shape, and form. The Italian engineering, just the shape of it, the art of it. It's funky. It's an acquired taste. And they sort of fit the same bill as a Porsche 944, but Porsche 944s are more readily available and don't rust and are more reliable and are cheaper and easier to come by. So I've always had 944s, but I've always sort of lusted after a GT V6. They allegedly have the best sounding V6 ever, or at least a very good sounding V6. So I've always kind of paid attention. There was one years ago at a dealership I worked at that was pretty cool, but I wasn't in a position to buy it. So I didn't get that car. There was one about 3 years ago when my wife and I were renting a condo. We didn't have a lot of money. And I could have bought it, but I didn't because I was worried about it. It was like $8,000, and I should have, because the one I got, I spent twice that almost. Actually, twice that, yeah. But I got a red one. It's black interior. The interior is pretty good. It runs well. It's got like 80,000 miles. It was repainted. There's no rust. So it's a good place to start. Looking forward to, on that, just making it nicer. Want to work on the exhaust system so you can really find out is that the best sounding V6 engine in the world, the Busso Alpha engine. Gonna do some neat wheels and tires, just make it tasteful, shrink in the American bumpers so they don't look terrible, and just enjoy it and drive it, So I think that's something, and we can all enjoy that together and learn about those funky Alphas. And then the Esprit Turbo, which you can see right there, really excited about. One of the guys, Eric, who watches my channel, he has got an 86 Esprit Turbo that he found. It was like left for dead. Totally fixed it up and sent it to me on Instagram. I'm like, so cool, dude. You want to sell it? And of course he doesn't want to. He loves it. And then I was starting to look at Esprits or think about it. And he ends up messaging me saying, I think I know of where one's for sale. And I'm like, wait, what? And I looked, and it was this white one. I about lost my mind because a white Turbo Esprit is exactly what I would want. And it happens to be the really cool one with the BBS wheels and the red stripes on the side. It says Turbo Esprit in red. And it's got a red leather interior. Yes. How awesome is that? So it's just like the Roger Moore James Bond one. Not the submarine car. That was an S1. This is the Turbo that exploded because that was the burglar alarm or whatever. That was the joke of it. But I just think it's so cool. And having the Turbo Esprit sort of makes up for not having the Countach anymore. I think it's as much 80s as any Countach ever was, except it's a better car to drive, to be perfectly honest. Easier to maintain, cheaper to maintain, so I'll feel less bad about it. And I think it'll be a heck of a lot of fun. But the car needs some updating. It's kind of a time capsule, definitely needs a timing belt, all the fluids, and just numbers of things to go over. And the tires that are on are probably 30 years old. So the Alpha and the Lotus I'll be working on over the winter slowly. It's just so I can enjoy them next year. I don't want to rush it. You know, I'm going to be doing YouTube for a long time, guys, or hopefully if the algorithm doesn't screw me or some kooky thing goes on and the internet tries to destroy everybody or just everybody it doesn't like. Yeah, so we're going to have a lot of fun with that coming up. Somebody says the Buso V6 is the only V6 that doesn't sound terrible. Not true, sir. Many V6s just sound kind of like 12s because same. There's a lot of V6s that I think that sound good. But
thoughts on the Caterham 7?
The Caterham Super 7? They're pretty cool. They rip. They really, really rip. So if you want something that's cool race car for the street, go for it. It's a better handling dune buggy type thing. Maybe slightly less dangerous than the dune buggy. But yeah, they rip. They're really cool. And I dig it. And they're dangerous. So I dig that too. But don't get hurt. So yeah, pretty expensive month for me. Yeah, it freaking was. Especially since somebody backed out on buying the Aston. So I'm kind of like, yeah, but I got good deals on those things, so it was a good thing. So that's the other thing, you guys, just to be straight. And I know there's a lot of people watching this. So for all the people out there that are watching, just smarmy people that can't figure me out, or Casey Putsch, or your CEO or some big company, you only just watch this to try to find fault. Not because you're actually that interested in the content, you're just trying to figure me out, which probably Whistling Diesel has about a zillion people watching that just to find out when he accidentally kills himself. This same kind of thing. Yeah, you guys are annoying. But where was I going with this? Oh, crap. I forgot. I was doing a snarky lead up, but I can't remember what I was going to say. I'm sorry, you guys. Cars? Oh, I was going to tell you. So the Genius Garage was brutal for a bunch of years. I did not get paid. And the amount of workload I had to do was absurd to help students and build that up for nothing. And then to try to make any living outside of that was darn near impossible. And it was very taxing for a lot of years. But I believed it and I cared because there's more to life than just making money. Okay. So if I just went out and did a private equity firm or whatever and made a bunch of money and I'm 60 years old and maybe have something to do with it, I don't have any energy or time to do anything to make the world a better place. So I kind of flipped the model in terms of time and created something when I was younger and had the time to do it and made it work, even though the world doesn't really let stuff work like that. By the way, nonprofits are structured by the wealthy for the wealthy. They don't work very well from the top up. Just throwing that out there. So it took a lot more to bust through to actually make something work. But it was rough. So now that I'm having something of a career and the YouTube thing going on and making some money and having a shop and kind of Genius Garage is standing on its own 2 feet enough rather than just on my shoulders entirely, I'm enjoying getting back some of the cars that I've always dreamed of and getting back to it. So that's just it, guys. Life's kind of getting a little bit better, but I've been working hard for a very long time. So it just feels good, and I hope some of you guys get to see that and get to share with it. What's up, new guy, FNG?
What do you think about pro touring cars?
What do I think about pro touring cars? I dig them. Yeah, I dig them. I think they're cool. Super cool. I got nothing against them. I think that's great. Just in general, make them handle, and drive the heck out of them.
How big would you like to see the Genius Garage grow?
Oh God, where's this person asking? How big would I like to see Genius Garage grow? I'd like to see an organization around the United States and also elsewhere in the world, because it does work and there's a need for it, not just in the United States but elsewhere. The difficulty, the thing about that is Genius Garage has got to be very high end. It's not a club. You can't dilute it. So it's got to be structured the right with large type of companies. And you've got to have the right high-end people that go to bat and believe in it and care. If they're the kind of people that just want to leverage it for their own personal game, whether that's financial or freaking advertisement or how they look, that doesn't work. And I refuse to let Genius Garage be hoard out into something that just benefits a bunch of stupid rich people. I'm sorry, is it too truthful for you? So I'd rather it just be me doing it with helping people out for a good reason, and hopefully that inspiring others to do well on their own, because the best charity anybody can do is just to be a decent person and make your community better and help people out. You don't have to start a big organization to change the world. You just have to get up, make your bed, and go be a decent person and help people out. That's it. That's the secret to life. Also, everybody calm down on the internet. You're letting people manipulate you. That's what I had to say as a whole. Also, everybody watching that's not in the United States, It's not actually as horrible as it seems on the internet. Normal people do normal, cool things here. And we hate everything that's going on there too. Yes. Okay, I'm sidetracked. I'm turning into an old man. My grandfather's not around anymore. Somebody has to do this. Yes. What else have we got? You know how many CEOs are probably watching this going, oh, Casey's right on the edge of sanity. Take that. You guys have to deal with your shareholders. I just have to be real and try not to get shot by a crazy person. Something like that. I hope I didn't manifest anything just now. New guy, save me. I'm off the rails. What do we got?
Okay.
Casey Putsch should not be allowed to go live. I know I'm speaking in the third person. I'm not crazy.
Well, I don't see a question right now.
No questions?
What do you think about air-cooled engines?
What do I think about air-cooled engines? They got their place. I kind of dig them. They go clackety-clackety. Casey smash.
How's
I love the comments here. You guys are great. Speak up, new guy. You're all right.
How's the GT been going?
How's the what been going?
GT.
Which GT? GT V6? I don't know what he's talking about. This person's been nice. Thanks for everything you do, Casey. Keep sticking it to the snobs. Oh, I will, sir. Thank you. But we're all snobs in our own way, are we not? Casey ranting for all us old guys. Yes, old guys. Age and treachery. Right? Poor new guy. Are you sure you wanted to hang out today?
Well, that's the question. Are you still planning on running NASA now that you've sold the Blue C4?
Oh, that's a very good question. I appreciate you saying it. So Tyler Richardson said, am I still planning on running NASA organization now I've sold the Blue C4 Corvette that I had? So NASA, especially the Great Lakes region, has been very nice to me, and Genius Garage. I didn't get to take them up on offers this year, but I really will I first see Genius Garage doing more stuff with NASA in the future. I think it's a really good environment. I think NASA may be one of the best, if not the best environment for motorsports out there. NASA is the only motorsports organization with an unlimited class. Think about that. How awesome is that? All these guys out there that are like, trying to polish their Can-Am cars in the garage. They won't even get them out to go vintage racing. And we have an organization with an unlimited class out there. No one's doing anything with it. So yeah, I think NASA's great, and I'd like to do something with it. Probably with Genius Garage, the Jabberwock in the future. But to be honest, you guys, this year, I found my bandwidth personally eaten up so badly with trying to do a good job with YouTube channel and Genius Garage that I just didn't have the time to do it. So NASA's great. Really appreciate the people running that. They've been really nice, especially the Great Lakes region. So I hope you guys run with it. They got some great opportunities for new people to get out there for track days and learn the same weekend as the racing. So I think that's really cool. A way to get people involved. Anyway.
This question up here, Are you ever going to do any more philosophy videos? This is kind of a philosophy video.
Well, I'm throwing a little bit of philosophy in there. It's not a real deep one. I could do more philosophy videos. Sideways 117 asked that. It's a funny thing, you guys. So in doing this YouTube channel, I've become more and more aware of the massively diverse spectrum of people watching this channel around the world. And it kind of messes with you a little bit, to be totally honest, because it's not possible for me to deliver something that works for everybody. And the other thing about it is high-end people that run giant teams and companies and such, they don't play by normal people games and rules, and they don't understand the internet world either. And I'm kind of getting tired of them being all up on my case about stuff. So I kind of stopped doing philosophy things and being all deep and getting in the fields, because the YouTube algorithm also doesn't get that, because it's not saying something like, I bought the stupidest, cheapest car on the planet, because that gets clicks. So I might do some more if you guys dig it. Maybe that's a really good thing. But I've been trying to find the best balance for this channel going forward with different series with car builds and such, and mixing that just myself and personal experiences and such in racing. But it's just getting more and more interesting the bigger this channel gets. So that's been it. Just being real, guys.
What was your proudest moment with a Genius Garage student that made you just so happy?
No, what did I write? Where is it?
Sterling Mustang.
Sterling Mustang. What was your proudest moment with a Genius Garage student that made you just so? Just so what? Happy? Proud? Bitter? Edgy? Chip on my shoulder? Which one is it? Also, I had a CEO dare me to knock the chip off my shoulder. If you guys know half of the crap of stuff I've been through with my life, you'd be amazing. It's not the Grand Canyon. Also, if you give me a salary like a CEO, it'd be a lot easier to get rid of it. Oh, and me saying this is, in fact, me having a chip on my shoulder. It's called honesty. No, I'm not going to play by your game. Okay. Most proud moment of Genius Garage. First year, young man. He did his undergraduate degree in India, engineering. And he was doing his postgraduate work at the University of Ohio State here in Columbus, Ohio. And he was on Genius Garage team. Really good young man, just solid character, great personality, not a nice person, obviously, but just solid character. And, he'd only been in the United States for a few years. And I think the neatest thing about it was, Genius Garage, I mentored him and got him going with all of the ECU programming, the electric fuel injection, ignition, the entire brain system to run the engine of our first Indy car, the first year of Genius Garage. And it was his work on Genius Garage that pushed him over the edge that got him hired into an electric vehicle startup company in the Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. And then after about a year, he got scooped up by Tesla HQ, which is where he is there today. And when he got his job, he came back, he's all happy, and he bought me a wallet as a gift and wrote a note that said, Casey, I know how hard it is for you to have done Genius Garage, but for every hour and every dollar that you've put into it, remember it's paying like 100-fold to the future and students. And that was just really meaningful. And I was really proud, not just that he got a job, because that was the point of Genius Garage, but it's the side effects of Genius Garage that's been so powerful. And for him, and I hope I'm not speaking out of turn for him, but what I saw, and he said a lot, is that Genius Garage, more so than the university, was where he first felt like an American. Where the culture, he first vibed with it and got it and had fun and felt comfortable and part of a team and gained his confidence about being in this country here, even more so than school. So that really meant a lot to me as the person that ran it. And there's been a heck of a lot of stories just like that. But that's the proudest moment, is when, people grow and get jobs and say, whether they say it and you can kind of read it in their eyes or they say it for real, the difference it made to their lives to help them grow, which is exactly what I needed when I was in college and never got, because college sucks. So it's nice that I set out to make the difference for young people now that I didn't get, that it worked and is. So, not quite enough to fill the chip in my shoulder in. I'm working on those other things that'll fill it in or smooth it out. So hopefully I get those chances in life too on my own for fun. So that might be some of the stuff that I'm working on, you guys. What else we got? New guy, poor new guy. This is weird.
Will you ever do stuff with Baja trucks?
Baja trucks. Ooh. Nothing on the horizon, guys. Got the dune buggy. That's about as crazy off-road as I get. It's mid-engine. It's cool. It's kind of like a road race car in my childhood go-kart, but bigger. And we're in Ohio, so it's pretty flat. I really want a monster truck. I'm sad I passed on that Exciter, but I didn't have any money back then. It was like a late 80s, early 90s, like real monster truck. You know what I'm saying? I would really like one of those. That would be awesome. Okay, this gentleman here, Daniel M., he writes, I've been watching your channel for a few months, and this is the first time catching you live. Here's a small donation. You have regenerated my love for cars again. Awesome. Well, thank you, Daniel. I appreciate your comment, and of course, make a donation. It is, in fact, very helpful, you guys, relating to Genius Garage and everything going on here. And that's exciting. I know there's been a lot of people that get excited for cars and working on their own and building up, whether you're getting your first sports cars. Lots of young people out there that have gotten their first cars in 944 and working on it. And of course, join the No Snob Porsche 944 squad on Facebook and whatnot. And I hope you guys don't think I'm too bougie now that I got this fixer-upper Gallardo. I know it's the basic B automotive YouTuber starter pack, but it's still a mid-engine cool car that sounds good.
And it's manual.
It's manual. It's manual, so that's okay. But you know, you gotta have something to shoot for too. So we do it all here. And by the way, some people have asked, this pink foam airplane here is a quarter scale model, I think, quarter, of the Voyager, the Rutan-designed Voyager that circumnavigated the globe in the 1980s unrefueled with Jeannie Yeager and Dick Rutan. I think that's right, Dick. So I did that with the one young man that we called the Hamster and his dad a couple years ago. It was really cool.
There was a question from earlier. It was about merchandise. And which do you have current merchandise? Will you do merchandise in the future?
Genius Garage merch would be a fantastic idea to fund the organization. Yeah, this is Blue Vet 1978. If you go to the bottom in my YouTube videos, there's a place to buy merch. There's a few things you can buy with Genius Garage, or go to Redbubble. There's more, and the profits from that go to Genius Garage. It's just easier. It's nicer to have something going in a Genius Garage, and obviously people can make direct donations on the website. Yeah, and I would design more things, but I have very little time, and I can only get my wife to do so many things for me. Okay, so I don't want to stress my relationship. But yes,
what? A question for me: what's your dream job? I would like to be an automotive inventor and build cool cars. So I'm in the perfect place.
Somebody asked the FNG. Where did they write that?
J Mudd.
J Mudd. Oh, new guy. What is your dream job?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So automotive inventor.
Okay, this person's losing his mind that says, I have to buy the rear and side louvers for the GTV6. Eddie Bersetti, I don't know what that is, and it sounds cool. Tell me what the louvers are for the GTV6. Tell me. Find me parts. That car needs to be cooler. How close on the edge of insanity or sanity am I in this video? Dancing on the edge? Yes. Like just where I like to race and just where I like to do my videos, on the edge of insanity.
There's a question from a long time ago. It was about help with CV axles on the Porsche 944 or something. Worried about working on it.
Somebody wants to know about CV axles on a Porsche 944. They suck to get off. You probably want an impact and a really high quality Allen fitting for that. More extensions put on an impact, the worse they work. You gotta have boots that don't have holes in them and they need to be greased. I don't know what to tell you beyond that. I hate doing CVs, especially on Ferraris. Okay, what else we got, guys? I'm probably gonna have to go here. It is nearly 6 o'clock. It's after 6 o'clock. So 3 more questions, and then I'm out. Yes.
Will you dress up as Luigi for Halloween and drive a go-kart?
Why Luigi? I was always a Toad kind of guy.
Toad, okay.
Yes, that'd be kind of rad. I would love to do that this year, you guys, but I may have to drive something else the weekend of Halloween. Ooh, there's your hint. What's going on the weekend of Halloween? Okay. Somebody says, how is your Gallardo? It's pretty nice. Oh, somebody says clipping the apex of insanity. Oh, that's good. I like that. With one wheel in the dirt. Okay. That works. Dress up as Toad. Somebody said, very nice. Thank you for everything, Casey.
Aren't the bolts on the 944 those triple squares?
Oh, I don't know, Blue Vet 78. You talking about the CVs? They might be. Check it out. Obviously, I haven't done CVs on a 944, to be honest with you. All right, you guys, I got to be going. I appreciate you talking about this. Somebody here said, I think the stuff you're doing at Genius Garage is great. I'm working on my last year for a mechanical engineering degree and enjoy the projects you guys work on. Much appreciated. And good luck in your last year with engineering. I think that's one of the best degrees you can possibly get in the university. All right, you guys. I got to bail. Somebody says they'd love to see me in an RCN race one day. Misha and the Apex Nürburgring team could help you set something like that. What is an RCN race? I feel stupid now. Well, we'll look it up later.
We'll look it up.
Anyway, guys, I got to go. This is the new guy. All right, he's hanging out and helping out. Were you nervous to be on YouTube?
I was nervous for a few first minutes, and then I was getting back.
Okay, well, you're fine. Okay, you gotta throw him in the deep end. It's like learn to swim John Wayne style. Yeah. All right, you guys, that's it. I gotta go, but much appreciated. Appreciate all the support for Genius Garage, the fond wishes, and thanks for having my back. Because I'm ruffling feathers out there, and I'm not gonna apologize for ruffling feathers because I'm out here doing something in the world. And if you want to criticize me or tell me I should be doing it differently, then that's cool. But you either need to help in a tangible way, or you need to show me someone who's doing all of this also better for all you high-end people that are trying to tell me to do it some other sort of way. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Here we go. That's it. Racing. Cool videos. More to come. Yes. See you guys next time. Thanks for being here. You guys, say goodbye.
Salutations. Goodbye.